Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Machedo is the best.
Hi there, Machedo speaking to you from machedo.com. Who's Machedo and Think Personal Branding. All right, the date is 17th September 2020, and got a couple of news bits for you from UAE. Apart from that, I also have lots of shares, stuff that UAE Expats have shared with me, funny bits, then we have a couple of personal messages, and finally, we have your favorite part, that is the YouTube comments and my responses to them. Okay, as usual, timestamps will be put down below. I might break this video into bits and pieces so that I can keep uploading. So have a look at the updates as they come, and any questions, comments, put them down below. Let's start. Okay, the first one is UAE approves use of China-developed COVID-19 vaccine after tests on 31,000 volunteers. Okay. Now, there has been a lot of buzz that has been going on that UAE is going to develop the first ever vaccine. Then there are different countries, that is US, Russia. All of them are racing towards developing a vaccine. Now, if you do a little bit of research on vaccines, if you read, I'm reading this book, actually. I still have to finish this book. It is Deadliest Enemies. This is by the guy who was part of, you can see it, it's Michael Osterholm. Yeah, I got it? Yeah, Osterholm. Yeah, Michael Osterholm. So you can see it. Deadliest Enemies. It is the guy who was part of the panel that was for AIDS, for Ebola virus, for SARS, MERS, all these diseases. He was part of that committee, and he's a very well-known figure in the world of vaccines and medicine and discovery of all these diseases. So what he has said is, there is a time frame for at least a minimum of 2 to 5 years. After the vaccine is developed, they inject it on test subjects. They try it with animals, they try it with the, first animals, and then eventually they slowly move towards human beings. And when you move towards human beings, they are kept under observation for literally 2 years to 5 years, because they want to study the impact of the virus on these individuals. In the case, there was this scandal that happened in, I think, the Philippines or somewhere, where they injected them with a vaccine, and because they wanted to be, as usual, the world's first, or the breakthrough, or the, it's a political game where they want to show, under my leadership, this was developed. The children started to develop complications as they grew up, and I don't know, if you actually see YouTube, you'd see in so many cases where not only, it's not the question of death, it's a question of the complications that they have to live with for the rest of their lives. So I'm not against vaccines, okay? I'm not against vaccines. The vaccines which have been developed and have been proven over the period of time, from smallpox to all the other ones, those, I would say, yes, you should take them, okay? But when you're talking of a newly developed vaccine, I think there should be a time period where a certain amount of tests have been undertaken, where they've checked and evaluated what are the side effects, what is the effect after the period of 6 months, 1 year. If you inject someone with the vaccine, if they have children, does it impact the future generation? So I think a lot of thought process should go. This kind of bravado and shouting and screaming, yes, we are the world's first, we're going to develop, and, using terms like, the heroes of the front line, and this is not heroes. They are being paid a certain amount of money for, experimenting with their own bodies. And we don't know what can happen. So I am for a solution coming out. I'm for a vaccine coming out. I'm for prevention. I am for good health. But where you're talking of vaccinations being injected into people just out of a hurry, I would be very cautious. I mean, here's my question to you. Would you risk taking your child and getting, a newly developed vaccine? Would you inject them with it? Would you experiment? Now, that's my question to you. Let me know in the comments. I'm if you're willing to take a risk, well, great for you. I mean, yes, I would want my family to be in good health, but then, stuff like this, you have to be very careful. Okay, that's as far as it goes. Do your research. Let me know if there is something I should be knowing, because what I feel is, yes, we need to take care, but I think at the same time, we need to be smart. Okay. Then somebody shared with me this news that is UAE firms hiring Israeli spies who ruined Palestinian lives. The heading is, it is, I would say, the heading makes it sound as if it's villainous and it's very evil what they have done. UAE hiring Israeli spies. Okay, if they said UAE hiring Israeli spies, fine. Who ruined Palestinian lives? I mean, how do you know that these spies have ruined Israeli spies? Yes, there's a lot of tension between Israel and Palestine. That is without a doubt. I'm against all the unfair treatments that are going on. But then again, what do you say out of this? So this is not new. I feel more news like this will be coming on, especially when the election season of the United States is there. So for and against both the sides, everyone will be talking about this. After some time, nobody will be bothered to talk about it. Like, for example, before the COVID-19, every media on this planet was speaking about transgender issues. Every media on this planet was speaking on climate change. But all of a sudden it became quiet. Then COVID became the big topic. Now it's the election season, so they'll speak. Trump supporters will speak against Joe Biden. Joe Biden will try to speak against Trump. So I would just say, be a little smart. A little bit of throwback. I wanted to ask you with regards to, these news that came out. See, Dubai is back on the tourism with dramatic increase in travelers. This was August 16th. Okay, so we could say roughly around a month has passed by since this news came that Dubai is back. Okay, so my question to you is Dubai actually back? Are there a flood of tourists? Has your business improved? If you have a shop or if you're a business person, do you see an increase in sale, or is it only the luxury goods? Let me know, because, if you go as per news, they come out with, wow, Dubai is back. Yes, we've done it. But I like to know from the expats. Okay. Speaking about expats, I've been getting news like this. This one was somebody got a fine for not wearing a medical mask in a car, okay, and two or more people are there in the car, and this person was fined 3,000 dirhams. So the person shared this with me. Another person also shared with me, this is from National. It seems if you have home gatherings, you invite anyone to your house, you might have fines of 10,000 dirhams, and people attending would be 5,000 dirhams. There are also fines if you travel more than 3 people in the car, it's 5,000 dirhams. There is also fines for people who are teaching with private lessons. If you teach tuitions or private lessons, the fines are 20 to 30,000 dirhams. So I think, yes, we need to be careful. But then again, I don't know, I'm in two minds about this. I mean, how are people supposed to earn their livelihood? How are people supposed to travel? At least family members. I mean, your own family cannot travel with you. So, yeah, well, then again. Okay, I got this email. It was sent to me from some gorillamail.com. So it is at the rate, just these numbers, M613KM plus HQ, so something like that. Okay. So this person, obviously, who wants to remain anonymous, this is what he has said. Okay. Dear Loy, I watch most of your YouTube videos and thank you for exposing the reality of the situation which many other people are not dared to disclose. I'm an ex-employee, recently resigned of Eurostar Group in Dubai and want to give you some updates. Okay, now before I read this email, I just want to tell you that use your discretion. These are opinions from people. So I do not know how far it's true. Neither should you accept this as reality. But do your due diligence and let me know if this information shared here is true or false. Okay. So going back to this, it says, I am an ex-employee of the recently resigned of Eurostar Group in Dubai and want to give you some updates of the current situation of the company. As I recently resigned, I don't want to disclose my identity, but just want to tell you that I worked in this company for 15 years and was closely with the owners and higher management, and I have a fair knowledge of the company's internal details. Eurostar is a group of companies. Here's given the website, eurostar.com, which was started in 1980s by an Indian gentleman named Raju Jetwani. They are pioneers in satellite receivers and made huge amount of money in the 1990s to 2010 periods. Well, he's absolutely right. Those were the golden years of the Middle East, especially UAE. The owners, Raju Jetwani, was 2014 Forbes Indian Leaders of the Arab World, and is given a link here. Okay. So it says Eurostargroup.com, latest news, Forbes me ranks Eurostar chairman Raju Jetwani among top Indian leaders of the Arab world. Okay. He was also the 50 richest Indians in the GCC list by Arabian Business in 2016, along with the likes of M.A. Yusuf Ali, B.R. Shetty and Ravi Pillai. I wonder what has happened to M.A. Yusuf Ali. He's vanished. There's no news about him, especially after B.R. Shetty and his downfall. Okay, so there's no news. I do not know who's Ravi Pillai. Might have to research that. Okay, the group used to have $300 million USD turnover in the peak of 2012-2014. Wow, shitload of money. And operating 40 plus countries in the Middle East, Africa, CIS, Asia, and employing 2,000 plus workforce. Pretty sure that must have come down by now. So due to mismanagement and diversification beyond the capacity of the company, which was a very common phenomenon during the boom period, it started having troubles from 2015 and worsened since then. Yes, this is where the golden age, the boom period, started to decline. Now the company is in huge debts and they sell a lot of the assets, including personal assets of the owners, to settle bank loans. Still, they owe a huge amount to the banks. The company operations are limited to just UAE and Saudi Arabia, and they have closed 90% of the offices and business verticals. Employees are not paid their salaries for months. Ex-employees who left years back are still waiting to receive their dues, and a total number of employees have reduced below 200 now. So from 2,000 to 200. Still, employees are keep on leaving because of financial troubles. There are a large number of cases against the company in labor courts by the employees and ex-employees. Still, they recruit new employees, but anybody considering an employment of Eurostar should do a fact check before accepting the offer. I would say that do a little bit of Google search, find out with the reviews whether this company is still, has any of the employees put negative reviews on the company rated website. I'll put the link. I can't remember right now. Okay. Then the group used to have around 300 million USD turnover at its peak. I have read this. Okay. And now they are trying to revive the company. There is no scope now, as per my understanding, and they might close down within a year. And there's a high chance that the owners might flee the country. Wow. That is a big claim. Like I've told you, this is an opinion. We do not know how far this is true or false. As far as I know, Raju Jetwani, the chairman of the company, has a travel ban due to cases from banks. Note, kindly do the research from your side before you mention anything about the company. Above my understanding directly while I was working from my contacts who are working or associated with the company. So this has been sent to me by Gorilla Mail by some unknown person. Okay, so like I told you, please do your research. Let me know if you know anything about the company. The company's name, once again, is Eurostar Group. Okay. Next one. Hi, Loy. Saw your video regarding business going back to 80% back to normal. We don't think so. I live adjacent to Mina Bazaar, Dubai. Before COVID, you couldn't find a spot for parking and drive through inner circle of Mina Bazaar with sights of a lot of people in each shop. But sorry, it's absolutely empty. Kalyan Jewelers is permanently closed. The staff are unpaid from last 3 months. Restaurants, went to a South Indian restaurant, was absolutely empty with me just there. They have not yet made even 5,000 dirhams in the last 3 months. It's better, not better in any way. You're right, roads are absolutely empty, but rates of groceries haven't reduced. So this is what one person says. You can let me know. Another person has sent me this. He says, Emirates restarted laying off cabin crew by hundreds, maybe thousands. I thought they just had this news where they are, employing people. They're coming back to normal. 80% of our joining batchmates have been found redundant. Emirates has much of its cabin crew workforce working on expired contracts. So let me know if this is true or false, because as per the news, they were going back to 100%. That's what they said. I don't know how far that's true or false. So let me know. Okay. Next one. Hi, Loy. New income for bank. My wife used to work as an assistant manager for Al Ghurair Mall, and they had a salary account with Mashruq Bank. She left the job soon after we got engaged. Now we are married, and this was all a story 7 years back when she had a credit card with the bank. So when the last amount was TRF to her, her bank deducted a credit card outstanding and left us with 100 dirhams. I told my wife, forget about this bank and the account. Now, after 7 years, we have a statement which has come and shown us that every month the bank charges 5 dirhams as a dormant account fee and then charged an interest on this amount and also VAT. Please don't forget VAT. And after issuing us with the warning, it is reported that if you have not paid for travel ban. I swear I've never seen a bigger bank than this. In total, they want us to pay 624 dirhams .86, otherwise she'll have a travel ban. So even though 7 years ago they closed the account and they had 100 dirhams left with them, they still charge them 5 dirhams and now it is 642. Okay. Then I got this person, once again, like I tell you, please do your due diligence and research. Let me know if this information is true or false. This person asked me, do you know Gulf Technical and Commercial Printing Press? Yes, of course. They were the giants those days in UAE. At least when I was in my 20s, I think they were giants because every event, every function that took place, they had, sponsors Gulf Technical and Commercial Printing Press. Okay. So he asked me, do you know Gulf Technical and Gulf Technical Printing Press? I said, yes. They are one of the companies that destroyed my family and many others financially. They owe my dad 3 years of pay. They owe many other employees. Yes, the son, the name was given there. The son, Dash, okay, and his father has died. Dash is in jail for bank fraud. So looks like none of the employees will be settled. So then I said, obviously I give some details, but anyway, I don't want to mention it here. So I said, I took the person's name. They said, yes, he has cheated many people. He's an asshole. That is one of the owners. One of the brothers was wanted by Interpol. Dash died and the employees will never get settled. My dad and mom are one of those innocent Tamilians that always sees good in people, but they cheated us. So then obviously a lot of information, private information about the family was given, which I don't want to share, which clearly showed that they knew the family very, very well. And what can I say? I don't want to give out personal details of this person. Okay. So then finally, the only thing which I'll show you is Dash fled Dubai through contacts and connections. The owners of Manhattan Hotel Dubai, some had a stock exchange. And then, obviously they shared some confidential information and they said they are a bunch of liars. So, okay, anyway, you let me know if this is true or false, whether Gulf Technical and Commercial Printing Press, whether they have paid their salaries or 3 years is a long amount. Okay. I got this from one of the persons said, hi, need a positive news for a change. Shobha Realty, that is Shobha Properties, came out of 8 months cash flow crisis and they started paying suppliers, paid salaries up to date, and they're planning to launch new projects. Now, this is from one of the persons, I think, related to Shobha Realty. I'm not too sure, but this is what that person claims. I'm not too sure. So if you're one of the suppliers whom Shobha Realty had to pay, or you're one of the persons who has invested in their properties, let me know if this information is true or false. Next one. Good morning, Mr. Loy. My name is Dash, and I was working with Gulf News as a Dash supervisor. My position with them has been made redundant, requesting if you can please assist me with a job that matches my profile. My husband and I are admirers. Please do share with me your details. Okay, so I thought I'd let you know. Next one is, my friends are working in Fatima company. You made a video on Fatima Group that the owner is absconding 1 year ago. It's real in today's scenario. He sold 80% of the business. Fatima Group, by the way, was a major supermarket chain. Okay, they were not very big, but they were pretty prominent. He sold 80% of his business to a local Emirati and saved his ass 1 year back. Now the company is gone. Supermarkets finished. Only 4 supermarkets open. Dubai Fatima supermarket is closed. The catering operations in other Emirates is over. Only 3 months contract in Abu Dhabi. Okay, so you can let me know. And they said this is another BR Shetty. So you can let me know if this is actually true or false. Another person, surprisingly, also gave this. Said, hey, Loy, remember 1 year ago you made a video of Fatima Group. Fatima Group has terminated majority of its staff after Ramadan. It didn't renew the visas of its staff and kept getting salary spending. Staff had the only option to sign clearance and get the ticket back. Fatima supermarkets have closed its operations in Dubai. Dubai had a very big market. It closed. Sharjah, Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah have closed down. More than 16 supermarkets, only 3 to 4 is open. They had catering operations called Fairway Catering. They have 2 hotel operations and 2 labor camps. Fairway has terminated 70% staff. Drivers and staff are staying in labor camp in Al Quoz and DIP without salary since 3 months. Office is saying you can call them for work, saying they call them for work. All delivery vehicles have Mulkia expired, have huge fines. Top managers have been terminated. Only 8 people at the top are managing catering operations. It's going to close any moment. Fatima has issued 1 year back, 4 months unpaid salaries, but Arab companies invested money in supermarkets. Now the Arab who has invested the money wants to cut by terminating high salaried people. Company is reduced to around 70% of its staff. No business. Fatima also might close down very soon. Okay. Next one is, morning, Lloyd. Just wanted to update you. UAE is very serious when it comes to deframing those who deframe the country. They've arrested this woman who's very well-known pimp in Dubai who makes few fake beauty contests and is famous in Indian society like Danube and others. When the lockdown started, she was actively asking men and women to join her private beach, and she has been arrested as per my sources, and she's going to be fined 100K, in jail for 6 months and deported. Well, this was on old news. I even know who's the person that you're talking about. But anyway, I don't want to mention. She's been, if you actually check, I don't want to give her name, but she's followed by a lot of prominent people. Okay. Then this one was sent to me. Due to technical issues, you might experience logging into your mobile online banking. I think this was an issue that was some time ago. Is it still there? Let me know. I think it was sorted out because someone tried to hack into the systems. Okay. This is another one. Hi, Loy. My name is Dash. I used to live in Dubai for 30 years. I was working there and I was extremely happy until I got flagged for drugs. I didn't do anything, smoked a joint and in the blood showed positive when I got back to Dubai and was jailed and deported. So a friend snitched on our entire group of friends and we were all subject to the same outcome. Wanted to ask for your advice. Is there any way that you can suggest how we can revoke the ban, hopefully resume our lives? Request you to keep this confidential. Well, I've not put your name, so I've kept it confidential. But once you're banned for drugs, you can never come back to UAE. So just to let you know. Anyway, with the permission of this person, this was a gentleman who was staying in UAE. He was employed by UAE to spy, to do spying work. And when I asked him how, you can claim whatever you want. I asked him, how do I know that you're part of the government? He sent me this letter. This is stamped by George W. Bush on the letter. I've censored the date, but it shows here, dear whomsoever, Dick Cheney and I want to thank you for what you have done for us. Your leadership, energy, and generous commitment of time were crucial to our campaign success. I'm grateful to your hard work and honored you are part of my team. Sincerely looking for you leading the great country. So it's George W. Bush. This was sent by the official letter. So, well, I was pretty impressed that he worked under George W. Bush. Who knows, maybe the entire I don't know, military, they got it, or army or whatever. Okay, other stuff which I thought I'd share with you. This one I got friend's request. I can't read this. Who the hell is this? So I didn't accept it. Another one is someone who's sending me, "Hi, sir, madam. Have a good evening. How are you?" I mean, at least do your research. I'm a guy. I'm not, "Hi, sir, madam." Okay. Then I got this, "Hi, man, remember this lady in your group whose husband sued her? I took her and got her dismissed. Now she sued him for maintenance of 100,000. Now the guy's lost his job and she's telling me how he's begging for her mercy on call with me. I told her, don't step back, take your right. I'm also thinking the judge will screw him totally. Her case is solid, so let you know she did benefit by contacting you. She'll say thank you by herself," she just said. And then, she got in touch with me. "Hi, remember how I came to you for advice on a criminal charge filed by my husband. Judgment was due and the case is dismissed." So obviously I was pretty happy that I was able to guide her. So this is a good news. So for those men who take advantage of women, I'm glad you get jacked, and vice versa. Okay. Next one. This guy has put he has actually put his name publicly, but I've censored his name, and he has written on YouTube. This is what he says. "I run a small, tiny technical services and manpower company supply firm in Dubai. Let me tell you straight, since the day my men came to UAE, not a single contractor has paid me a single dirham. I ended up paying all their salaries from my own pocket, because apparently the norm in Dubai, UAE, is that cheaters come, they set up establishment, hire people on visit visas, come on their own visas through some manpower company. And after the right contract hits the spot, they cash their checks, sell their assets and just bail. Till they hit the sweet spot, they keep suppliers of goods, manpower and services hanging, telling them lies, delays or partial payments. They even pay employees partial salaries and keep collecting money. When they have made enough, then they just are after the bail on overnight flight. They keep asking more and more expensive favors, so you think your bill is getting bigger and bigger till they have done you over," which is very true. I'll tell you, this is very true. Okay. And this is how companies like Shobha and me run into financial troubles. And this is a ripple effect. I have dealt with a scoundrel that ran a company, SCA Interiors, unpaid salaries for 9 months, no rent, electricity cut off, me not paid, and they ran a factory for 4 months with a generator. Even that got confiscated. I'll give you a number of ex-employees. You will hear their stories, loads of content. Then suddenly a new business owner came and fooled people for 4 months. 4 months, till the factory closed due to government case. Then I met a Pakistani guy, Al-Ayat Facilities Management, who took my men, took all the money from the above contractor and won't return my calls. Luckily, I fucked him over this time and my men go to work with the upper contractor. Now, the upper contractor won't pay me shit. Luckily, he did retain all his money and part payment and paid part of my worker's salary. But anyhow, I have 4 unwanted workers on top of 6 employees who run here and there. I paid for visa because of the Lebanese scammer owner of SCA. I'm positive this contract will start paying me soon. The only way to survive in business in Dubai is to fuck other business over, and above will happen to anyone. If you care about your employees, go direct. Government will be happily hand over a hefty fine, but will not help you recover the money. Saudi business owners are rapidly copying this idea now. So this is as per one business owner. See, listen, whether you believe this story to be true or false, I'll tell you something, that running a business in UAE is not a cakewalk. It's not that easy. Don't think just because you're an engineer working for a company, you can be a business owner as well. There are a lot of nuances that go into running a business, and you have to be very cautious, because just because someone gives you a contract doesn't mean that your business will succeed. So just to let you know. One guy sent me this. I've had Emiratis offered me 30,000 dirhams to take 6 IGCSE exams for them. What is IGCSE? Well, anyway, as far as I can understand, Emiratis have offered this person 30,000 dirhams to take an exam for them. Well, that's good money. Go ahead and take it. At least you get some money.